If every NBA player currently in the NBA today was entered into a draft, who would be the top 30 picks of players who I would want to build around? This is my top 30. Wemby has the greatest potential. That is one of the wildest picks I've ever heard. So 30 through 25, I have Zion Williamson. 29, Karl Anthony Towns. 28, Scotty Barnes. 27, Jaylen Brown. 26, Anthony Davis. And 25, Wardell Stephen Curry. So for Zion at 30, I was switching him out kind of with like LaMelo Ball. LaMelo is just outside because injuries, of course, set their seasons drastically. But if I could still trade Zion if I wanted to for a decent amount of stuff, people will still want Zion. LaMelo Ball does not play as much. Zion, I can get stuff out of Zion. Of course, Cat is above him. Cat's a little older. I really value age into this. Cat's a little bit older, but he's obviously having his best season ever, and it's hard to deny him in the top 30. And Scotty Barnes, I think he has some great potential, great defensive side. He's very young, which is why I put him over Karl Anthony Towns, and I put him over Zion because, I mean, he's more available, and I would rather take the availability of Scotty Barnes over Zion. Jaylen Brown, obviously, he's 28, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He's not. These aren't really players, so far that I'm naming, that are going to lead my team into a championship by themselves. They won't be the players to save my franchise. But if I am at pick 27, I want Jaylen Brown. I mean, it's good value for that. And Anthony Davis, of course, age, I factored in a lot. He's only 30, so him under Curry, those are interchangeable. I just think that Curry at 25, I put him there because he's just overall better than Anthony Davis. And I think Curry has 3 to 4 more seasons of a top 10 player. In my eyes, Curry could be top 5 right now. I would rather take those 3 to 4 years of top 5 Curry, or top 10 if you want to say top 10, it's fine, over, we'll say 6 years, 7 years of prime Anthony Davis. Or not prime Anthony Davis, like top 10, like right around that area, 10-ish Anthony Davis. Of course, LeBron's not on this list at all. He's, in his last couple years, I believe, barely outside the top 10, I would say. I just don't think LeBron's worth putting on this. I don't want 2 years of a player who's, sure, he's right around the top 10 area, but I don't want just a year or two of a player. I want more than that. And then 24 through 20, I have Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, Darius Garland, Franz Wagner, and Trae Young. So Kevin Durant, of course, age, him, Curry, and Anthony Davis are all in that 24 to 26 range. I put them lower just because of their age. They're still great players, but really, I think if I'm going to reset this, I'll probably put Curry over Kevin Durant. I think I would rather do that, but no going back right now, I guess. Alperen Şengün, I think he's got great potential. If he can just find a way to get his jumper more consistent, I would say his defense has vastly improved, and that's always a good thing to see. Darius Garland, I mean, he was so underrated a couple years ago when he had his down year. He was so underrated, and he's bouncing back, and I think his potential, and he's so young too. I think he's worth it at that spot. And Franz Wagner, I mean, he's got the passing down. He's a good finisher. I mean, if he can really start having a more consistent jump shot, I think he has a really good shot at being top 10 in the league. That's my true opinion. Of course, one spot ahead of him, I had Trae Young. He's a little bit older than Franz. That's fine. I think Trae Young can lead a team better right now. I think the Hawks have a good chance with him on their team this year. And I would just overall rather have Trae Young. Now moving up from 19 to 15, I have Ja Morant at 19, Amin Thompson at 18, Tyrese Halliburton at 17, Donovan Mitchell at 16, Devin Booker at 15, and Jalen Brunson at 14. So with Ja, I mean, you could put him lower if you wanted. I don't expect him. Um, I think he's at his max potential right now. I don't expect him to grow as much anymore. But he's still John Moran. He's still pushing I mean, he's like top 20 player right now. I mean, he's pretty dumb outside the court. There's no denying that. But on the court, he's done everything you want from him to do. And I think that's a very valuable thing to have from a player like this. Of course, the spot above him is Amen. I think Amen could be a top 10 player if he can, once again, another player that if they can just get their jumper down better, more consistent. Um, I mean, his defense is solid. He's one of the most athletic players in NBA history. Um, Athleticism goes crazy. Crazy defense. If he can work on his ball handling and his shooting a little bit more so he can be the true point guard that we really think he is, that would be the one thing that could push him into top 10. I don't think it gets higher into top 5, but top 10 is definitely reasonable. Of course, you got Tyrese Halliburton. I tried not to have put his torn Achilles. We don't have much. Um, that's a terrible injury for basketball. A torn Achilles. He's so young though. It's so hard to gauge, but we'll see how he comes back. I put him at 17. I couldn't put him above Donovan Mitchell because I don't know how he's going to play when he gets back from his injury. And Devin Booker, of course, I think his game will age gracefully. Um, Donovan Mitchell relies on his athleticism, I would say, a lot. Devin Booker is kind of like that Kobe type. It's so hard to describe. But I would take Devin Booker above Donovan Mitchell. And Hallie mostly. I might take Hallie over if he didn't tear his Achilles, but he did tear his Achilles, and that's the big thing. And then 14 through 10, I had Jalen Brunson at 14, Chet Holmgren at 13, J-Dub at 12, 11 is Jason Tatum, and actually we'll stop there. We'll do 10 and 1 later. Jalen Brunson, I think his game will grace, or it'll age. It's so tough. Because he's not very athletic. He's shorter, not a great defender. But at the end of the day, his mid-range J is just, it's on point. And, I mean, he's got exactly what you want from, I mean, he's a great player, great passer. I mean, I did put Chet over him because I think Chet has great potential. I think Chet could be top 10 potentially. Um, of course, lockdown defender. He's got the jumper. He's got it. I mean, he's more of a center. I don't like him playing power forward, but he can play power forward if he wants, I guess. He's more of a center, I would say. Um, he does need to get a little stronger, I would think. He needs to put on some weight. Otherwise, he has potential to be top 10 if he can just keep growing just a little bit more then. And then J-Dub at 12, just Swiss Army knife, scored 40 in the finals with a broken wrist. I mean, how do you beat that? And then, of course, Jason Tatum at 11. I did factor in his torn Achilles. He's like 27, 28, I believe. I'm not really sure his age. But, of course, you have that torn Achilles. That's really going to bump him down a little bit. And then at 10 through 1, I'll just go... Actually, we'll go 10 through 5. At 10, I had Paolo Banchero. At 9, I had Cade Cunningham. 8, I had Cooper Flagg, the only rookie I have on this list. At 7, I had Evan Mobley. And 6, Anthony Edwards. Now, for 10, Paolo Banchero, he could be a top 5 player. I thought that like last year sometime. I think he's pushing top 10 in his prime. I don't think top 5 realistically anymore. He just needs to stop settling for so many jumpers and go for more finishing at the rim kind of. And I put him under Cade Cunningham. I think Cade had, I mean, both of their weaknesses are really weak. Like they're just nothing there on their weaknesses, but their strengths are really strong. Of course, Cade, his inability to finish at the rim worries me a little bit. I would like to see him grow a little bit here and there, but at the same time, I think he's better than Paolo now, and I think he has greater potential than Paolo. And with Cooper Flag at 8, I think he has great potential. I'm a big Cooper Flag guy. And Evan Mobley, I think if Evan Mobley continues to grow on offense, he could be another top 10 player. Um, I couldn't put Cooper Flag in my top 5. I haven't seen him play, so I can't put him too high. But Evan Mobley, if he can continue growing on offense, I mean, he could be a great player. And of course, Anthony Edwards is playing great right now. One of the best young guys of this year, if not the best young guy in this past few years. I mean, his three balls taking a big leap. His defense, I mean, he's a pretty darn good. If he's not incredible defender, but he's a pretty darn good. I suppose his passing could be a little bit of an upgrade. He was a great 3-point shooter, but I guess not settling for so many threes would be one. I know that's kind of the Minnesota Timberwolves offensive game is three balls, but I think if he can just settle for a little bit less threes, he could play just as well, if not better. He was doing really well on the mid-range Jays, kind of like the Michael Jordan faders. And then I have 5 through 1. I had Giannis Antetokounmpo at 5, Luka Doncic at 4, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at 3, Jokic at 2, and of course Wemby at number 1. This is kind of like, of course Wemby has the greatest potential since like LeBron James. Like, it's crazy. He's playing great now. Of course, Defensive Player of the Year. He plays like a guard. I mean, and he only has an upside from here. He has to be number 1. Jokic is a debate because he's the best player in the world right now, but he's like 30 years old, so he is aging. And then Shai, of course, coming off of one of the greatest years we've seen in basketball. And Luka over Giannis. Giannis is older. His defense is still there. He'll be the best scoring power forward until he retires. But I trust Luka's game aging, or not aging better, I shouldn't say. I trust Luka's game. I think Luka could become a better player than Giannis if he really wants to be that better player someday. And yeah, that's my top 30 NBA players if they were all put into a redraft. I'm going to go against AI to draft the best all-time NBA lineups. This is something I've been looking forward to. Of course, inspired by the Deep 3 on these. I don't have, obviously, a partner to do this with, so I thought, let's do a series. Let's do Human versus AI, and that's what we're going to start right here. Human versus AI, draft NBA lineups all time. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the first player I have in the draft all-time players against AI. I'm going to take Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan. Of course, I have to put it into AI to let them know who I'm taking, so I'm putting it literally in ChatGPT. And they're taking Magic Johnson, wow. So, obviously, give me LeBron. Clear cut. They just gave me the 2 greatest players of all time. And they're taking Kareem, so give me... I could go Steph Curry here, Tim Duncan, of course. Give me Shaq. Give me the most dominant player of all time, Shaquille O'Neal. He'll be my 5. And they're taking Larry Bird. Okay, now's my chance to get Tim Duncan. The greatest power forward to ever do it. And they're going with Kobe. So this is my chance right here. Stephen Curry. So point guard for my team is Steph Curry. Shooting guard, Michael Jordan. Small forward, LeBron James. Power forward, Tim Duncan. Center, Shaq. What a great all-time team. And they're taking Kevin Garnett as their pick. So they have Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Kevin Garnett, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What a great all-time team. Okay, so I have a random NFL player generator, and I'm going to put each player into a blind tier list. The first player I got is Jerry Rice. I mean, really, I won't feel bad unless they give me like Jim Brown or Tom Brady, so low-key, greatest receiver to ever do it. Let's put him at 1. That's the safe bet. Number 2 is Lawrence Taylor. Do I think we'll put Lawrence Taylor at 3. I think that's a good spot for Lawrence Taylor. And we got Jim Brown. Okay. Well, Jerry Rice, greatest receiver of all time. Jim Brown, greatest running back. I'm comfortable with him at 2. That's okay, as long as they don't give me Tom Brady. Okay, well, this is just a terrible tier list. I got Tom Brady. He has to be 4, unfortunately. Sorry, GOAT. You're 4. And my 5th player is Deion Sanders. He is my number 5. What a terrible blind tier list. This might be the worst blind tier list I've ever done. I found random NBA hot takes online, and I am going to say if it is a W or an L. The first hot take I have is LeBron James is not the greatest player of all time. As a Jordan guy, look, I love LeBron. I love him to death. But I'm a Jordan guy. I gotta say W. Jordan's my GOAT. He's my guy, and I'll take Jordan. I'll say that's a W, but that doesn't mean it's not close. I bounce back and forth on this every day. It's Jordan for me, though. The second one, so that's a W. The second one, the modern NBA is too reliant on the 3-pointers. This is a W. I am tired of watching the NBA games and them just being pure 3-pointers. Surely I can't be the only one. I'm a Timberwolves guy, as you can see. Their game plan is pure 3-pointers. It's Ant. Here's one. Take one. You missed it? Naz Reid's in the corner. Take one, Naz Reid. I'm sick and tired of watching the NBA with 3-pointers. I want to go back to when it was more mid-range, less threes, layups, more of that, and less of just chucking it up. Thanks a lot, Steph Curry. This one, Ben Simmons could have been the next LeBron James. I mean, that's... I'm going to say L. If you are hyped up to be LeBron James, you are basically saying that he's going to be the greatest player of all time. No, I don't think he's going to be the next LeBron James. Let's be real, that's a pretty ridiculous statement. I mean, yeah, Ben Simmons was good. The next LeBron James, though, that's a stretch. Alright, they're saying they want me to get the first pick. I'm done believing in Zion Williamson. Give me Ja Morant at my point guard. We're sick of Zion. We are sick with Zion. Of course, they pick Zion. Low key. Give me Tyler Hero. I'll take Tyler Hero at my 2 guard. It's a small backcourt, I know. But there's no one else I really want. And he's such a good offensive player. I'll take him. They take DeAndre Hunter. Look, I was thinking about Darius Garland. My team would be way too small if I took him. But give me... You know what? At my 4, give me Jalen Johnson. Give me Jalen Johnson. At my 4. I think he's got great potential as they take PJ Washington, obviously. We can go a lot of places with this next pick. We can go RJ Barrett at the 3. We go Nick Claxton at the center. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to take Nicholas Claxton at my center as they took Kobe White. And, obviously I'm going RJ Barrett at my 3 guard. 3 guard, wow. Small forward. And then they take Darius Garland. That's great value at the last pick. So my team, I had point guard John Morant, shooting guard Tyler Hero, small forward RJ Barrett, power forward Jalen Johnson, and center Nicholas Claxton. Their team included Darius Garland at the 1, Kobe White at the 2, DeAndre Hunter at the 3, Zion at the 4, and PJ Washington at the 5. Those are pretty good teams. Let me know who you think's obviously going to win, me or AI. See